95 Libyan nationals expected to be deported back to the country this morning. They will fly from Kruger Mpumalanga International Airport to Libya's capital, Benghazi. The men were arrested in July at a suspected military training facility in White River. It's believed they entered with visas obtained through misrepresentation in Libya's neighbour, Tunisia. So on Thursday, the White River Magistrate Court withdrew their cases and they were facing a charge of contravention of the Immigration Act. Tumelo Machogo is at the airport. Tumelo, good morning. On that note, if you can hear me, just paint the picture in terms of what the expectations are and the official procedures set to get underway as they are all deported back.
Well, indeed, already 30 of these 95 men has already arrived here at the airport. We understand now they're being processed, and the process will also underway. Also, their luggages are also being processed at this point. They're going to be flying with that cam air that is just right behind me. I'm going to ask my colleague Lungile Ngongwana just to show you the cam air that they're going to be flying with. That is the plane that they're going to be flying with this morning. About 60 of them, 65 of them are still yet to arrive at this airport, and they're expected also to arrive at any minute now. Then there will also be processed. We understand that their passports are already being processed. All of their passports already arrived at the airport. We were speaking to the lawyers this morning. They're already being processed, and then the passports will already be processed inside. Then those 65 men, then they will arrive with the 3 other trucks that is carrying all these men. The truck is also in the tarmac. We are expecting them at any minute now to go for the 30 men to start actually boarding the plane, but we understand that these men also, the other ones, they'll also start arriving here, and they will go inside the plane, and then they will start going into that plane. The plane is expected to fly through Uganda, so they'll probably stop through Uganda, and then to fill up there. The lawyer for these men was also here in court, and he's in court, but he's also here at the airport. He was speaking to us saying that he's happy that his client now they are finally going home. You understand these men were arrested in July after they were at this suspected military camp in just outside White River. And then they appeared in court, and then the last time they appeared in court on Thursday, that's when the magistrate Eddie Hall actually agreed with the defense and also with the state, saying that these men actually needs to go back home. And then that's when the case was withdrawn. The criminal charges were withdrawn. They were facing charge of the contravention of the Immigration Act. So that is the charge that they were facing. But the police are saying that because they were also wanted to investigate more cases, because communities of Masoi, they were also complaining of issues of their cell phone being stolen from community members, and also issues of they was also saying that there were like rape issues, but the police told us yesterday that no one actually came out to say to the community, to the police, saying that they have been raped by these men, or their cell phone have been taken away, or theft issues have been taken away by these men. So those investigations have been concluded, because no one had really have come out forward to actually point it out who has actually raped them. But also the police are continuing with their investigation in terms of the owners of the military with this suspected military camp. The investigations there are ongoing, and we understand that SIRA has already suspended the license of that military camp, the suspected military camp, or the security company that was also training these men. But these men are expected to fly out of here this morning. I was just inside. I also saw the pilot also having his coffee. He's ready to fly this cam air and to fly these men out of this country. So it is expected that these men will fly out of here just after 8 o'clock, or just after around that time. But we are still waiting for others to actually arrive here at the airport. Already 30 of them have already been processed, so they are already inside in the tarmac. We're not allowed actually to go inside. We're only allowed at this point. Actually, this is our vantage point where we can see the plane, and also where we can actually see the men once they start going into the flight to fly back to Benghazi this morning. But they are expected to fly this morning. You understand, yesterday we were here at the airport when we were told that they're going to be flying in the afternoon, but then Home Affairs had not already processed all of them in terms of what they were doing with their processing of these men to actually leave the country. But you understand that Home Affairs has about 30 days once a person has already been deported to actually take the people out of the country. But these men are expected to fly out of here this morning, Lisa.
Tumelo, thank you for painting that picture. It's going to also be interesting to see what is unearthed through the investigation, particularly because it's alleged that the Libyan nationals would have entered through Tunisia. Also interesting to see the relationship between South Africa and Libya at large and shining a spotlight on immigration. But we'll monitor those developments as the clock ticks by. Thank you for that update. Let's leave it there for now. Tumelo Machogo, again, just bring us the latest. There are 95 Libyan nationals expected to be deported back to their country